The FA say that they understand the government's decision. They say that the nation's health is a priority, but they also say that the impact on football will be huge. What sort of impact do you think it might have, particularly on the women's game?
I think it's one of those ones where we're really in uncharted territories here. There's no doubt about it, and the impact it can be significant, but we have to just keep going under the guidelines that we've got. That's the most important thing, and obviously if there is financial support, that helps massively, but at the same time, my focus as a football manager is to prepare my team, and that's ultimately what I have to do. And my first and foremost is I take my guidance from the government, from the FA, from my board, and then as a staff, then we focus on preparing our team for the game in the best possible way and in the safest possible way. And that's ultimately what you can do. I'm not a health expert. I'm not a scientist and stuff, but I'm a football coach. So my job is to look after my players and my staff and to follow the instructions and trust the guidelines that we're given and try and keep the games going as long as we can, but in the safest possible way.
Shae, what is the current sort of protocol that you go through in terms of testing? I mean, look at what happened at West Ham, where the manager and two players turn up for a match and have tested positive and have then left. The match has gone ahead. But what's kind of your routine?
So, I mean, basically just staying in our little bubble as much as possible and wearing masks where necessary. We don't really do much outside of football, so we'll spend time at home, maybe go get, food from the grocery store, but it's just doing our part so that we can continue to play the game. When you're doing your part,
I'm sure that the people at West Ham say exactly the same thing. Is it concerning? Is it a worry to you that if it can happen at a Premier League club like that who knows where else it can happen?
I mean, obviously, this has been a long time coming, and you never know what's really going to happen. Thankfully, we don't, we get tested once a week, and we just want to be safe and do as much as we can to stay in our bubble and keep our team safe.
I think it's a reminder to us all to be vigilant. I think when you see these types of cases, and I talk to the players about it a lot, is that when we're in our bubble, we are protected and we are in as safe a zone as possible. And when you have to go back home to your home environment and if you have to go and get your groceries, you are moving out into an environment that probably isn't as protected as the environment that we operate in. So it is a constant reminder to us when we see things like that to continue to be vigilant, and it's a good reminder that this is still out there and that we can't lapse, we can't have and moments that it's everywhere, it's out there, and we have to always be vigilant and continue to do everything that we can, washing our hands, sanitizing our hands, and wearing the masks, and even at training, all the balls and the flags and the cones are disinfected after drills and everything. And it's these types of things are a good reminder to us that you have to keep that vigilance up and maintain those really high standards.